Playoffs. It is one of the best times of year in high school sports, and the Cape Atlantic League basketball playoffs start this evening. We have a girl-boy doubleheader for you here tonight on the coast. First, it's Holy Spirit against the Wildwood Catholic girls coming up momentarily, and then later this evening, it is Ocean City in the boys game taking on Wildwood Catholic. At about 7:30 p.m., we'll have all the action for you here live on 98.7 The Coast. This is the number 4 seed Wildwood Catholic hosting the number 5 seed Holy Spirit. And this should be an excellent basketball game. Even though Wildwood Catholic seeded higher, Holy Spirit won the only matchup between these two teams earlier this year, 62-45 back on January 9th. So should be a very interesting matchup. Both teams playing very well here. Dennis Smith's Holy Spirit team at 16-7, and Steve DePatry's Wildwood Catholic team at 20-3. Steve DePatry, by the way, recently became the all-time winningest coach in girls basketball in Cape Atlantic League history. He's now 434 and 112. They are about to play the national anthem here at Wildwood Catholic. We'll step aside. We'll come back with the starting lineups in the opening tip. Cape Atlantic League playoffs. Girls basketball, Wildwood Catholic and Holy Spirit coming up right after this 2-minute timeout on 98.7 The Coast at WCCT. Buddy Tarbatten, Wildwood Catholic student Macy Bischoff, a tremendous rendition of the national anthem here in Sister Mary Ellen Ford Gymnasium ahead of this game between Holy Spirit and Wildwood Catholic. The Holy Spirit Spartans, as we said, coached by Dennis Smith, will wear their away blues trimmed in gold and white, and their starters will start senior Ayana Jones in the backcourt, along with freshman Siani Red Howard. Savannah Holt will also play in the backcourt. She's a sophomore. Regina Lampkin is a junior forward, and Ziana Young, a sophomore forward. They are the starters for your Holy Spirit Spartans. Wildwood Catholic team that kind of has had its depth tested by a couple of injuries. Noelle Johnson's hurt, Gianna Fields is hurt, and they are basically going with a 6-player rotation. Their starters, there's a pair of sophomores in the backcourt in Brielle Herbert and Ashley Jackson. And then 3 seniors. Lauren Moretti plays the swing position. Caitlin McMullen, the recent 1,000-point scorer, and Mary Gomez will play down low for Wildwood Catholic. Wildwood Catholic's really a team that almost kind of plays their offensive sets as if they have 5 guards on the floor, even though Gomez and McMullen are both about 5'10". So they're a difficult team to match up with. Crusaders, as we said, coached by Steve DePatri, wearing the home whites, trimmed in blue. 3-man officiating crew, John Rodeo, Dan Bradley, and you know what? If there's a game that's going to be on 98.7 The Coast, you know Ed Big Game Gorski's on it, and he is the lead official for tonight's game. All Cape Atlantic League playoffs with 3 officials, and it will be Ziana Young for Holy Spirit to jump it up.
I'll tell you, Brian, and as you said, you know, Holy Spirit beat Wildwood Catholic back in the 3rd week in January. This is a very good matchup. I'll tell you, for a first round playoff game.
It'll be Caitlin McMullen for Wildwood Catholic. Wildwood Catholic, the home team. If you're watching on Matt Ulmer's YouTube video, you can go to Matt OCNJ, look that up on YouTube, and the opening tip was won by Holy Spirit. A pass was stolen by Lauren Moretti, and Wildwood Catholic turned it over trying to go to the basket. So the game settles down here 8 seconds in, and Holy Spirit has the first possession. Wildwood Catholic playing 2-3 zone. Here's Red Howard at the elbow. Goes up top to Holt. Holt in the high post to Young. Over to Red Howard for 3. It's short. Rebound. Good box out by Gomez. And Brielle Herbert takes the rebound after a tip. Ashley Jackson, right side. Wildwood Catholic with 3 players averaging double figures. McMullen, Jackson, and Herbert. Jackson goes out to Herbert, top of the key against Holy Spirit's defense. Here is Jackson down the lane. No good, but a foul. And she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
It looked, too, almost like Ashley Jackson might have got away with a little bunny hop. Just kind of shuffled her feet before she put the ball on the floor. But nonetheless, no call, and she was able to get into the lane and create some contact, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
We have South Jersey media royalty joining us in the Buddy Tarbotten press corner here at Wildwood Catholic. It's the only thing Buddy could get named for him at this school, this little 6x6 space they give us here. As Dave Weinberg from the press, Dale Gerhardt from the press, Tom Williams. We are unworthy to be among this group. Jackson makes the second of the 2 free throws. Wildwood Catholic has a 1-0 lead. Here's Holt with it, goes back out to Jones. Jones, top of the key, got it to Holt. In the post to Lampkin, kick back out to Jones. The jumper's no good. Red Howard, the offensive rebound. Little jump hook goes in and out. Young, another offensive rebound. Passes across. Regina Lampkin resets the offense by kicking it out to Jones. She gets in the lane, kicks across to Holt for 3. That's off the iron, no good. Another offensive rebound by Jones in the corner. And now we have a foul called against Lauren Moretti. So a lot of extra possessions here for Holy Spirit, thanks to a few offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and that's obviously something that Coach Steve DePatri for the Lady Crusaders is not going to want to see continue. You cannot give a team like Holy Spirit second and third opportunities.
Here's Red Howard, a baseline drive to Holt. Holt's 3-point attempt is blocked out of bounds by Caitlin McMullen. 1-0 Wildwood Catholic, 6:28 to go first quarter. Siani Red Howard to inbound. Pass stolen away by Herbert. Herbert to the basket, and it's knocked out of her hands by Ayana Jones. And Wildwood Catholic will inbound along the end line.
And that's going to be the second turnover against the Lady Spartans. But a good job by Lampkin to get back defensively and not allow an easy basket.
By the way, if you're listening on 98.7 The Coast, you can watch these broadcasts tonight on YouTube. Go to Matt OCNJ. Just type that search in on YouTube and the live broadcast will come right up. Here's Moretti for Wildwood Catholic, back to McMullen. McMullen in the corner to Gomez. Lob back out to McMullen. A deep 3. In and out. The rebound is knocked out of bounds by Wildwood Catholic. Buddy Tarbot is so excited he's losing all of his material here. Dropping it all over the floor.
Here, it's another turnover.
Here's Jones for Holy Spirit. Bad pass. Ball slipped out of her hand. Stolen by Moretti. Moretti to Herbert. Down the lane. I think she traveled. No, she was tied up. And I'm going to say jump ball. Possession to Wildwood Catholic. Lob on the inbound is stolen away by Young. She loses the dribble, and now Jackson picks it up for Wildwood Catholic. Jackson up the right wing to Moretti for three. And that's in and out. Rebound to Zayana Young. Here comes Holy Spirit. Ayanna Jones. Great feature on her in the press of Atlantic City today. Here's Savannah Holt. Cross-court pass stolen away by McMullen. Boy, this has really had a raggedy start.
Absolutely. 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. It's the Lady Crusaders 1, the Lady Spartans 0. It's almost like a field hockey or soccer game right now.
We've had that many whistles for it to be a field hockey game. Not necessarily for fouls, although there's one there. And that's a reach-in on Siani Red Howard. And Wildwood Catholic will have possession underneath.
And that will be Red Howard's first personal foul, second team foul against the Lady Spartans.
McMullen to inbound. Lobs it out high to Herbert. Herbert at the top of the key area. Looking, wow, McMullen was wide open on the left wing. Herbert didn't see her. Went to Jackson instead. Jackson travels.
And that will be the third turnover against Wildwood Catholic. Lady Crusaders have turned it over 3 times. Holy Spirit has turned it over 5 times. And Holy Spirit is 0 for 6 from the floor.
Here's Young, a little baseline jumper. That's an air ball long. McMullen the rebound for Wildwood Catholic. Goes back to Herbert. Herbert will walk it across the division line. Flips it over to McMullen. Fakes a deep three. Goes to Jackson. Jackson fakes into the top of the lane. Kicks McMullen for 3. Bang! Nothing but the bottom of the net. First field goal of the game at the 4:30 mark of the first quarter. Wildwood Catholic has a 4-0 lead. High post pass to Lampkin. Back to Jones. Jones for 3. Bang! And she answers.
And that time, Ayanna Jones, that was from downtown, and nothing but the bottom of the net. And needless to say, Coach Dennis Smith's team needed that.
Yeah, Jones shot that from the front steps of the 15th Street Firehouse. Jackson top of the key for Wildwood Catholic. Goes to Moretti. Now Jackson again on the right wing. Jackson shut off on a baseline drive. Kicks it across. Gomez baseline jumper short. Rebound brought down by Zayana Young of Holy Spirit. Cross-court pass, Holt. Holt goes cross-court. Oh, Holt was fouled on that, and it was nearly a turnover. She was fouled on that pass. We could hear the contact on her arm, but the ball was tipped out of bounds by Wildwood Catholic. Jones with it against the 2-3 zone for Wildwood Catholic. High post to Zayana Young. Back to Jones. Swung over to Holt. In the post to Lampkin. Lampkin trying to dribble her way in. Can't. Here's Holt now for 3. That's no good. Rebound goes off of Holy Spirit and out of bounds.
And right now, 3:25 to play here in the first quarter. Wildwood Catholic on top, 4-3. Both teams really out of sync here in the early going of this Cape Atlantic League playoff game.
Oh, the ball was tipped into the backcourt. And now the officials are ruling that Wildwood Catholic touched it last. So it will go over to Holy Spirit.
And obviously Caitlin McMullen thought that was going to be called out of bounds on Spirit.
There's a 3 by Siani Red Howard. It's an air ball. Caitlin McMullen's played a lot of high school basketball games, buddy. She should be smart enough to know that if you have an opportunity to collect the basketball, you do it. And she did, and instead let the ball go out of bounds and let an official's whistle determine possession, and it didn't go Wildwood Catholic's way. But the Crusaders aren't hurt by it as they have the basketball leading 4-3. Here's Jackson right at the top of the key. Over to McMullen. Back to Jackson. Jackson traveled. Little bit of a late whistle, but a correct one. And that's a turnover on the Crusaders. And speaking of Caitlin McMullen, a lot of her family, we understand, are watching this YouTube broadcast back in Carnlough, County Antrim in Ireland. Her uncle Kieran had a couple late nights with Kieran in Carnlough a couple months ago, buddy.
Yeah,
but he's
had a couple late nights in the Wildwoods with him too.
Well, that's true.
I don't think there's a late night he missed anywhere in the world.
You might be right. But
and also,
Caitlin's grandmother Jean is watching the game, and what an absolutely beautiful and lovely town Carnlough is. And Caitlin's father, Sean, is from that town, emigrated here about 18 or 20 years ago. Wildwood Catholic on a steal. Great pass from McMullen down low. Moretti had it blocked from behind, though. And here's Holy Spirit trying to push. Jones through the lane, up, and got the friendly roll.
Wow, the 5'7" senior. Smooth as silk down the lane.
Gomez a deep three. That's off the iron, no good. Rebound to Regina Lampkin. She's doubled. And now we're going to have a timeout called by Holy Spirit. Lampkin was doubled in a pretty tough area here in the Crusader gym. So they call timeout. 5-4, Holy Spirit on top. 1:49 to go first quarter. Back after this 30-second timeout on 98.7 The Coast. Cape Atlantic League playoff girls action. Holy Spirit and Wildwood Catholic. Spartans leading Wildwood Catholic 5-4 late first quarter. High school basketball on the coast brought to you by the Borough of Avalon. Cooler by a mile. For a list of exciting events and sports camps in 2017, log on to visitavalonnj.com. The original Fudge Kitchen with locations in Cape May, Wildwood, Stone Harbor, and Ocean City. Shop their variety of fudge, candy, chocolates, and saltwater taffy, and be sure to check out their large assortment of sugar-free selections. Holy Spirit a 1-point lead in the ball. 1:35 to go first quarter. Here's Holt in the corner. High post pass to Young. Great pass from Savannah Holt. Young missed the shot. Rebounds battled for, and we are going to have a foul called on Ziana Young. And I'm not so sure about that. I'm going to say Young pushed a player, but it looked like she kind of just tried to jump on the ball. But nonetheless, she was in there late.
The 5'11" sophomore.
That's her second foul.
Absolutely. She picks up her third team foul. It's 5-4. Holy Spirit on top. 1:25 to play first quarter.
And Ariana Wilkes replaces Young in the lineup here with 1:20 to go first quarter. Gomez goes to Herbert on the right side. Herbert walks it back out in between the circles. Gets into the top of the lane, drive. Shot was blocked. Rebound brought down by Lampkin. Red Howard blocked it. Siani Red Howard on the block. Here's Ayanna Jones. Spins away from pressure. Restarts the Holy Spirit offense. Here's Wilkes. Wilkes, lazy pass. Ball saved in bounds by Holy Spirit after it was tipped. Here's Jackson running for Wildwood Catholic. Jackson is fouled by Wilkes. And they're going to give Ashley Jackson 2 shots.
And again, Ashley Jackson doing a good job, the sophomore, getting that penetration to get into the lane and create contact. And Ariana Wilkes, 5'7" senior for the Lady Spartans. She picks up her first, team's fourth.
Jackson makes the first. That ties the game at 5. 46 seconds to go first quarter. The one thing about a lot of these top girls teams in the Cape Atlantic League, buddy, as good as they are, Sometimes they all have trouble scoring, and we've got a low-scoring start to this one. Jackson made both, 6-5 Wildwood Catholic. 38 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Holy Spirit with the basketball. Ariana Wilkes flips over to Ayanna Jones. Jones dribbles, steps in, 17-footer, no good. Rebound brought down by Jackson. Jackson lobs it out to Brielle Herbert. Across the division line. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Wildwood Catholic wants to hold for one shot.
And they have the possession hour to start the second quarter.
Here's
in their
McMullen,
favor.
left side. Flips it in the corner. Now it's passed out high, tipped into the backcourt, and Jones made the tip. And the buzzer sounds before the ball can be retrieved. End of the first quarter, Wildwood Catholic 6. Holy Spirit 5. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. Cape Atlantic League playoff basketball on 98.7 The Coast. All right, Cape Atlantic League girls playoff action here on the coast. Wildwood Catholic with a 6-5 lead after one quarter. As we start the second quarter here, Holy Spirit rebounds the miss of a Lauren Moretti three-pointer. Here's Ayanna Jones for Spirit. To Siani Red Howard in the corner, back to Jones. Jones in front of the Crusader bench. Pounds the left-handed dribble and now calls out a play. Flips it over to Ariana Wilkes. Pass in the post to Red Howard. A lot of contact, no foul. Rebound brought down by McMullen. And Wildwood Catholic with possession. Herbert flips to McMullen. McMullen against Jones. Holds, puts the ball on the floor. Flips left side to Herbert. Herbert holding, puts the ball on the floor when she realizes that there was a 5-second count by the official. Deep two by Gomez is no good. Rebound goes off of Wildwood Catholic and out of bounds.
And Brian, we're talking about struggling to score there in that first quarter, both teams. They shot a combined 3 for 20 from the floor. Wildwood Catholic was 1 of 7. Holy Spirit was 2 of 17. And the Lady Spartans also turned it over 7 times. Wildwood Catholic turned it over 5 times. So that was a rough first quarter.
I think your math was doing a little rough too. I just counted 24 shots. Here's Jones for Holy Spirit.
No, 1 for 7, 2 for 13.
Oh, you said 2 for 17. Oh, here's Herbert on a steal. The layup is good. Holt now for 3 the other way for Holy Spirit. That's off the iron, no good. Rebound Gomez. Wildwood Catholic an 8-point lead in the ball. Herbert down the lane, kicks out to Jackson. Baseline drive, her pass is tipped. Loose on the floor, still loose. Moretti comes up with it, flips it to McMullen. McMullen down the lane, and she is fouled. We're going to say it was on her drive to the basket.
Yeah, it was on the floor.
Right.
It was definitely on the floor. But wow, you talk about a little helter-skelter. That ball was really being kind of kicked all over the place. That foul is going to be on Ayanna Jones. That's her first. Holy Spirit's 5th team foul.
McMullen right side. This game is very physical. And we have an illegal screen now called against Wildwood Catholic. This will go against Brielle Herbert. And the Crusaders turn it over.
And that's going to be the first personal foul on Brielle Herbert, the 5'4" sophomore guard. And just the second team foul with 5:50 to play here in the first half against the Lady Crusaders.
Holt goes high post. Wilkes is fouled, and Wilkes did a very good job, buddy, of stepping to the basketball as that pass was delivered. If she doesn't step to it, Ashley Jackson has a steal. She did step to it. Ashley Jackson has a foul.
Absolutely. A great job that time by Wilkes.
Jones with it, top of the key. Wildwood Catholics played a 2-3 zone exclusively here in the first half. High post pass and then a shot by Lampkin is no good. Rebound's loose now, and we're going to have a jump ball. Moretti came down with it, had it knocked out of her hands. Now we have a jump ball, and Holy Spirit will have possession. 8-5, Wildwood Catholic leads, 5:32 to go here in the second quarter.
The end result there will be Wildwood Catholic's 7th turnover.
Jones holding on the wing, goes up high to Holt. Holt traveled with it.
Absolutely. And that will be the 9th turnover against Holy Spirit, Brian. And we're seeing a little bit more of that than you normally would see, I would think, and especially right out top.
Gomez, a great delivery to McMullen, but we have a jump ball as McMullen is tied up by Red Howard. Boy, that was a nifty pass from Gomez to lob it over to the defender. And it looked like McMullen was going to get a wide open layup attempt, and Red Howard did a great job there. Inbound pass stolen away by Holt. She was falling out of bounds, flipped it out toward half court. Wildwood Catholic comes up with it, however. Here is McMullen in the corner to Jackson. Jackson fakes, drives, scoop shot, no good. Rebound brought down by Savannah Holt. Holt takes it up across the division line. Holt goes to Lampkin. Lampkin, 17-footer off the rim, no good. Rebound to Herbert. Brielle Herbert behind the back dribble. Went off her foot, but she's able to retrieve it. Now into the lane, kicks, pass is stolen by Siani Red Howard. Got it up to Jones. Jones to the basket, leans in and lays it in.
Great body control that time by Ayanna Jones, Brian. She really did a nice job driving that left baseline, using her body to shield the defender, lay it up off the glass and in.
And going right back and down the lane for Wildwood Catholic is Brielle Herbert. And the Crusaders now have a 10-7 lead with 4:15 to go in the second quarter. Here's Jones, top of the key. Goes over to Wilkes. Wilkes to the basket. Crowd wanted a walk. No whistles forthcoming, and Wilkes lays it in. It's 10-9 Wildwood Catholic. 3:55 to go here in the second quarter. And then we're going to have another illegal screen on Wildwood Catholic. Or at least another foul away from the ball. And we're going to have a push called on Brielle Herbert.
And that is going to be, actually they call that, not sure, they call that on number 32. Yes, Brielle Herbert. And Brian, that's going to be her second, team's 4th.
She sits. Erin Connolly, a sophomore, steps into the game for Wildwood Catholic.
3:45 to play first half, 10-9 Wildwood Catholic on
Wilkes stripped by Connolly, and Wildwood Catholic comes up with the loose ball. Wilkes wanted a foul.
But it's not a good decision. She was dribbling right into the teeth of the defense.
Jackson, top of the key. Goes to McMullen, guarded by Jones. McMullen in the corner to Gomez. Gomez to Moretti. Moretti right side, goes out to Connolly. Connolly on the floor, got it to Jackson. Jackson fakes, drives, off the glass and good.
I'll tell you, if I'm Coach Dennis Smith for Holy Spirit, I am definitely in the official's ear about her and that quick step before she puts the ball on the floor.
She's been called for traveling twice, and I think she's probably gotten away with traveling once or twice as well. You're right, buddy. Here's Cameron Engler into the game for Holy Spirit. She has the ball on the wing. Pass stolen away. Here's Moretti down the lane, took some contact, no foul called. Wilkes the rebound for Holy Spirit, she's pushing. Wilkes to the basket, offensive foul. Great defense by Mary Gomez.
You won't see a lot of those charge calls or charges taken. But I'll tell you what, Mary Gomez did a great job.
Here's a turnover. Jackson lost it against the defensive Wilkes. Jones down the lane. Tough move, no good. Rebound by Siani Red Howard, no good, but a foul. And she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Well, there, it's the first offensive rebound of this second quarter that after getting hurt on the offensive glass in the first quarter, first one they give up, and it results not only in a putback attempt, but then Caitlin McMullen picks up her first foul. It's the 5th team foul.
Free throws no good.
And that's the first free throw attempt of the entire first half for Holy Spirit.
Second free throw's also no good. Rebound battled for. Moretti claims it in the corner for Wildwood Catholic. Here's Brielle Herbert. It's Wildwood Catholic now spreads the floor. Got it to Jackson. Jackson fakes, flips it back to Herbert. 12-9 Wildwood Catholic, inside 2 minutes to go in the first half. Here's a steal and an unfortunate bounce for Wildwood Catholic. The layup is good and a foul. That ball was going to go out of bounds, but it went off the official's leg. He is part of the court. It's an unfortunate play. Wilkes was alert to it, picked it up, went to the basket, scored and was fouled, and she can tie the game with the free throw.
And an unfortunate play in more ways than one against the Lady Crusaders, Brian, because if that foul, and it is, that's Brielle Herbert's, that's her 3rd personal foul. When she picked up her second, Coach DePatry got her out of the game, sat her for a minute, thought he could put her back in for offense, but that's what happens. A quick turnover. Now she's got to come back and play defense.
Free throw was no good. Wildwood Catholic with possession. Here's a steal again by Wilkes. To the basket, and the layup is good, and Holy Spirit has the lead. Timeout, Wildwood Catholic. 13-12, Holy Spirit. 1:42 to go first half. Back after this 30-second timeout on 98.7 The Coast. All right, back at Wildwood Catholic, Brian Kniff, Buddy Tarbot, and Holy Spirit scores 4 straight points here to take a 13-12 lead here with 1:42 to go before halftime. Here's Ashley Jackson for Wildwood Catholic. Takes the ball up the left wing, goes to Mary Gomez. Now it's McMullen, top of the key against Jones. McMullen flips it over to Moretti. Moretti for 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound will go off of, they're going to say Holy Spirit, and out of bounds. High school basketball on the coast, brought to you by the Bow Harbor. It's never too early to plan your summer vacation at Bow Harbor Hotels in Wildwood Crest. Make your reservation today at 609-522-3343. Discover special packages at bowharborhotels.com. Wildwood Catholic with the ball, trailing by 1. 1:20 to go in the quarter. Flip shot along the baseline by Jackson, no good. Looking for a foul that didn't come. Here's Holy Spirit with the basketball. Jones with it. Flips it over to Wilkes. She's had been a big spark off the bench with 6 points in this second quarter. Ariana Wilkes goes over to Ayanna Jones.
1 minute to play in the half. 1 minute.
Backdoor pass. Siani Red Howard, though, missed the layup. Wilkes, the offensive rebound, no good, and the rebound will go off of Wildwood Catholic and out of bounds.
And again, Wildwood Catholic giving Holy Spirit second and third opportunities, and the Lady Spartans have been unable to fully take advantage of it, but they have on occasion.
Here's Jones, flips it to Lampkin in the post. Wilkes, try to pass down to Siani Red Howard. It was a good idea. Now we have a jump ball. Ball went off of her body as it was thrown with too much pace in tight quarters. And now we have a jump ball.
And the jump ball is going to result in possession to Holy Spirit. 40.5 seconds, 13-12, Spartans on top.
Wilkes in the high post, jumper, and didn't get the roll. Rebound Lampkin. Lampkin lobs it back out. Red Howard in the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebound Gomez for Wildwood Catholic. She is fouled by Red Howard, and that'll send Gomez down to the other end to shoot a 1-and-1.
And Siani Red Howard, a 5'8" freshman guard, picks up her second personal foul. And at the end of the first half here, Lady Crusaders trailing by 1.
Gomez's free throw is good. She'll get another. High school basketball on the coast brought to you by Edward Jones. Go see Jackie Fury at 3201 Pacific Avenue, Suite 1 in Wildwood. Stop on in, say hi to Jackie Money. She'll help you with all of your investing needs. I think Buddy's got half of his millions tied up there. Gomez makes both, gives Wildwood Catholic the lead again at 14-13. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Ariana Wilkes on the wing. Goes back to Ayanna Jones. Wilkes again. Drives. Tough angled shot. Rebound battled for. And Jackson comes up with the loose ball. 12 seconds to go in the quarter.
Possession hour to start the third quarter in Wildwood Catholic favor.
Jackson to Moretti. She lost it. 4 seconds to go. Here's Wilkes. Wilkes has it stolen. McMullen from half court. No good as the buzzer sounds. And after a very low scoring but very entertaining first half, it is Wildwood Catholic 14, Holy Spirit 13. We'll take a 4-minute timeout, come back with the halftime report right after this on 98.7 The Coast. Buddy, of course, doing his normal halftime thing. He's around the gym shaking hands and kissing babies. But at the half here in this Cape Atlantic League Girls Playoff, it is Wildwood Catholic 14, Holy Spirit 13. And your leading scorers, first for Holy Spirit, they got all of their points from 2 players, and one of them came off the bench. Ayanna Jones has 7. And then off the bench, Ariana Wilkes with 6. That was a good boost for the Spartans in the second quarter. For Wildwood Catholic, Ashley Jackson has 5, Brielle Herbert with 4, but she has 3 fouls. So that'll be worth watching in the second half. Caitlin McMullen with 3 points, Mary Gomez with 2 points. In another Cape Atlantic League girls playoff game from earlier, Mainland was a 37-31 winner over Lower Cape May. And of course, you can listen to the Middle Township game against Millville right now over on our sister station 106.3 WJSE. That game started at just a little bit ago at 6 p.m. The winner of this Wildwood Catholic Holy Spirit game will play the winner of the Ocean City Atlantic Tech game. And that game will be played on Thursday at St. Augustine Prep at a time to be determined. Ocean City certainly a very heavy favorite in that other game. And that game just started up at the Dixie Howe Gymnasium in Ocean City. So a lot of CAL playoff action tonight. And of course, we'll have the boys game between Wildwood Catholic and Ocean City coming up for you on the coast. That will be a 7:30 p.m. start. So it's 14-13, Wildwood Catholic on top of Holy Spirit here at the half. And high school basketball on the coast, these Cape Atlantic League playoffs, brought to you by Guatita. Good luck to all of the players in tonight's game from the Greater Wildwoods Tourism Improvement and Development Authority. Reef Family Pharmacy, they're a full-service pharmacy located at 804 Route 9 South in Cape May Courthouse. They've been serving the local community since 2009, and their 2 pharmacists have a combined 47 years of experience. And the Caravangelis and Rotundi families, they are proud sponsors of Wildwood Catholic High School and Wildwood Catholic High School basketball, and they would like to wish the students and coaches the best of luck this season. Dedication and hard work will take you far. Keep up the great work. Look for the season opening on April 1st of Hot Spot 1 at Cedar and the Boardwalk and the North Wildwood Recreation Center. They're a proud sponsor of high school sports, and they'd like to commend all of our fine young athletes for their hard work both on and off the court. For information on all camps and programs run by the North Wildwood Recreation Department, call 522-2955 or visit northwildwood.com. 14-13 at the half, Wildwood Catholic leading Holy Spirit.
You know, Brian, and jumping on the stat sheet, you know, Wildwood Catholic shot just 3 of 16 from the floor. They had 2 field goals inside the arc. They were 2 of 9, 1 for 7 from beyond. They were 5 of 6 from the foul line. Obviously, that's what's kept them in the game, and it enabled them to get a 1-point lead. They've turned it over 13 times, and then we look at the Holy Spirit side of the stat sheet. The Lady Spartans, they shot 6 for 27, 5 for 18 inside the arc, 1 for 9 from beyond. They had 14 rebounds as a team. They had 8 defensive and 6 offensive. It's those offensive rebounds that have kept the game close for the Lady Spartans. They were 0 of 3 from the foul line, and they turned it over 12 times.
So 14-13, Holy Spirit trailing Wildwood Catholic here at the half. And we're going to take a 90-second timeout. We'll come back with the start of the second half right after this. Cape Atlantic League High School Basketball, 98.7 The Coast, WCZT. 98-7 the Coast, 14-13, Wildwood Catholic on top of Holy Spirit as we get set to start the second half of play in this Cape Atlantic League Girls Playoff. The winner of this game will face Ocean City or Atlantic Tech on Thursday in the semifinal round. That game will be played at St. Augustine Prep, and if Wildwood Catholic wins it in some way, shape, or form on one of our two stations, either here on 98.7 The Coast or 106.3 WJSE, we will try to bring that game for you. Check the website, stay tuned to the stations, and we'll let you know all the information. Wildwood Catholic the ball, leading by 1. Here's McMullen driving, shut off, goes to Moretti. Lauren Moretti back to Caitlin McMullen, fires a 3, in and out. Ooh, that ball went halfway down and out. Siani Red Howard, the rebound for Holy Spirit. Goes back to Ayanna Jones. Jones, top of the key. Flips it over to Red Howard. Back out to Jones. Jones in the post. Loose ball on the floor. We're going to have a jump ball possession to Holy Spirit. I think she wanted to throw that ball to Young, and Holt was standing in the same area, and Young and Holt kind of battled between each other for that ball. It fell to the floor. Here's Jones to Lampkin. Over to Red Howard for 3. That's short. Follows her own shot. McMullen bats at it, and then it goes off of Red Howard and out of bounds.
And right now, Brian, both teams coming out basically the way they ended that first half.
Here's McMullen. Over to Jackson, top of the key.
Offensive continuity has not been established.
Here's Herbert in the lane, tough shot, no good. Rebound brought down by Zayana Young. And Holy Spirit has possession. Zayana Young is actually a Cape May County kid. She's from Woodbine, attending Holy Spirit. Here's Red Howard, a floater along the baseline off the glass, no good. Lampkin, the offensive rebound, tied up, rips it out of there, goes back to Holt for 3. That's short. Rebound battled for. Here's Young, and her layup is good. Boy, and that's not possible if Lampkin doesn't make that play in the post. That's a big basket for Holy Spirit. They go back up by 1 at 15-14.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the type of play that does not show up in the in the box score. But Lampkin did a good job.
Jackson fakes a 3, drives off the glass and good. Oh, tough shot. She's got 7 to lead Wildwood Catholic, and Wildwood Catholic goes back up top, 16-15. Got quite a few lead changes. Here's Red Howard for 3. No, it's a 2. It's a deep 2. She had a foot on the line, but Holy Spirit goes back up 1.
And that is Red Howard's first field goal of the game, Brian. She missed her first 8 shots.
Gomez, a baseline drive. Jumper is good. And we've had 4 lead changes already here in this second half. Wildwood Catholic back up 1. Jones down the lane to Young. Her layup is good.
No help side on the back of that Wildwood Catholic defense, and Holy Spirit takes full advantage.
Jackson, a deep 3, no good. That was way long. Holy Spirit now the lead and a chance, a 1-point lead in the ball. Here's Holt in the post to Young, back out to Jones. Jones down the lane, floater, off the glass and good.
I'll tell you what, Brian, she is smooth.
And Holy Spirit has its largest lead of the game at 3 at 21-18. Moretti in the corner.
Ayanna Jones gets that ball. She finds that little bit of room.
Jackson a drive, no good. Rebound Red Howard, and she is fouled by Jackson, and Holy Spirit will have possession.
And that is going to be the second personal foul on Ashley Jackson. Her second, team's first here in the second half.
Timeout on the floor, 4:48 to go, third quarter. 21-18, Holy Spirit on top. Back after this 30-second timeout on 98.7 The Coast. Back at Wildwood Catholic, Cape Atlantic League girls quarterfinal. Holy Spirit leading 21-18, 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Here's Ayanna Jones for Holy Spirit. Wildwood Catholic still in that 2-3 zone. Jones in the corner to Red Howard. In the post to Young. Young kicks it out, nearly tipped and stolen away. Now it's Lampkin, a jumper from the right elbow that's short. Follows her own miss, but can't keep it in bounds, and it goes out. And Wildwood Catholic will have it.
And Lampkin might have been fouled on that shot, Brian. It looked like her shooting hand actually got whacked. No call, but that would have been Brielle Herbert's fourth personal foul.
Herbert with the ball goes to McMullen. Guarded by Jones. Around the screen, into the lane. Tough shot, didn't get the roll. And the rebound brought down by Savannah Holt. Hands off to Ayanna Jones. Jones races across the timeline, kicks to Holt. Holt right wing three. Got it! Savannah Holt. And it's 24-18, Holy Spirit.
And the 5'6" sophomore, Brian, she was 0 for 6 from beyond the arc until she just buried that one.
Herbert to the basket, no good but a foul. And she'll go to the line for 2 shots. So Wildwood Catholic in need of points here, and Herbert makes sure she gets an opportunity to go to the line. In that other quarterfinal we were talking about, the winner of this Catholic Holy Spirit game will play the winner of Ocean City Atlantic Tech. Ocean City held a 9-6 lead after 1 quarter.
And that foul on Sienna Red Howard, the 5'8" freshman, that's her third, team's first here in the second half.
Neither of these teams has shown a lot of depth here. They've only played 6 players each. 1 sub apiece off the bench. Second free throw was missed. Outlet pass.
Tipped by Lauren Moretti.
Tipped out of bounds by Wildwood Catholic.
And Wildwood Catholic did a good job in the top of that full court trap, Brian.
Here's Jones. Got it to Holt. High post pass to Young. Young back to Jones. Jones steps in. 18-footer. Got it. Boy, and all of a sudden, Holy Spirit is really making shots. And they lead by 7 at 26-19.
Well, Holy Spirit now with 13 points here in the third quarter.
Gomez to Jackson, right in front of our broadcast location. Jackson steps through, and the layup is good. Timeout, Wildwood Catholic. 26-21, Holy Spirit on top, 3:06 to go third quarter. Back after this on 98.7 The Coast. Derek, just a 30 here, I'm sorry. Back at Wildwood Catholic, Brian Kniff, Buddy Tarbot, Cape Atlantic League girls playoff, 26-21, Holy Spirit on top, 3:06 to go third quarter. Some other scores after 1 quarter in the girls game. Another playoff game, Ocean City leading ACIT 9-6. In a boys game, Atlantic City 20, St. Joe 11 after 1 quarter. And Millville hanging with top seeded St. Augustine Prep. They trailed just 16-14 after the first quarter. And in a Tri-County Conference crossover game, Wildwood leads Cumberland 24-17 after 1 quarter. Here's Holy Spirit to inbound. Oh, tough pass, but Ayanna Jones goes high in traffic to get it. And she is trapped, goes to the floor, and calls a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here for this one. And let you know that high school basketball on the coast is brought to you by the DeWeese Law Firm, a proud supporter of Wildwood Catholic basketball. The DeWeese Law Firm is focused on getting you personal service and the best results possible. Find them at DeWeeseLawFirm.com or call 522-5599. Model cleaners for whiter whites, brighter colors, and fabrics that look and feel softer. Stop by Model Cleaners. Say hello to Rob, our good buddy at Model Cleaners. And check them out at 411 Route 9 North in Cape May Courthouse.
Well, Brian, after that last basket, for Wildwood Catholic, Coach Steve DePatrick got that quick timeout.
Here's Holt for three off the inbound. No good. Young skies for the rebound. They call her for traveling. (26-21).
And Coach DePatrick set up that half-court trap. He got what he wanted, except Coach Dennis Smith was able to get the timeout before the turnover.
McMullen in the corner. Jumper on the way is short. Rebound by Zayana Young. Hands off to Ayana Jones. Jones across the timeline. Goes right side to Holt. To Lampkin. Lampkin back to Holt. Holt right wing three for Spirit. No good. Rebound taken by Moretti. Moretti hands off to Gomez, and now McMullen will bring it up. McMullen, top of the key, stops, hands off to Moretti. Right side to Herbert. Herbert, couple crossover dribbles. Loose on the floor. Flipped it out to McMullen. Behind the back dribble. Foul line jumper. No good. Rebound to Jones. Jones doubled. Got it to Red Howard. Red Howard across the timeline. Stops right elbow. Jumper off the iron. No good. Rebound is going to go against Wildwood Catholic. A foul is going to go against Wildwood Catholic.
Yeah,
26-21. Holy Spirit on top. 2:02 to go third quarter.
That time, Holy Spirit did a good job. Lady Spartan, I believe it was Red Howard, had better position on the inside of two Crusaders, forcing Mary Gomez to try and push through.
Red Howard for three. Young got the rebound, but then her pass is stolen by McMullen. So Wildwood Catholic with the ball. Herbert down the lane, stripped, and it goes out of bounds off of Holy Spirit.
(26-21), 1:45 to play. Third quarter, Holy Spirit on top.
Brielle Herbert lobs in the corner to Moretti. Moretti for three, off the iron, no good. Rebound, tip to Gomez, jump hook's no good. Rebound brought down by Young. And here's Jones. Passes down low to Red Howard. Her layup is good. 28-21, Spirit on top. 1:20 to go third quarter. They match their largest lead at 7. In the lane, wild shot by Herbert. Tips her own miss out to McMullen. Return pass, little jumper's no good. Jackson tips to Gomez. Her shot's no good. Rebound is loose, taken by Jones. Jones wants to run for Spirit. Up the left side, stops in front of her own bench. In the corner to Red Howard, 18-footer, got it!
And right now,
Spirit by 9. We're inside 50 seconds to go third quarter.
They've outscored Wildwood Catholic 17-7 here in the third quarter.
Jackson traveled with it, trying to force her way into the lane. Good defense there by Holy Spirit. And Ariana Wilkes, who really gave Holy Spirit a spark in the second quarter with 6 points off the bench, checks back in. And Erin Connolly is in the game now for Wildwood Catholic. 39 seconds to go in the period. Spartans by 9, and Cameron Englert comes in for Holy Spirit. And we'll see if Holy Spirit decides to try to hold for one shot here.
That's going to be an interesting call. There's a lot of time, 35 seconds.
Well, if you're up 9 and Wildwood Catholic's playing zone,
exactly.
I would just stay out and hold for one. But it looks like they want to go and try to get a good look whenever they can get it. Here's Wilkes on the left side. Cross-court pass stolen away by Moretti. Moretti running for Wildwood Catholic. She is fouled, and fouled hard by Wilkes. She'll go to the line for 2 shots. And, I disagree with the decision there by Wildwood Catholic. And I think Dennis Smith just called Ayana Jones over to the bench, and I think he's unhappy, trying to explain to his senior point guard, hey, we wanted the last shot there. And then they turn it over, and now Lauren Moretti will get an opportunity for 2 free throws.
Yeah, they turn it over, and they turn it over on a very poor pass. That was forced. There was nothing there. But nonetheless, Wildwood Catholic is able to pick it off. That foul was on the 5'6" sophomore, Savannah Holt. That's her first, team's second.
Moretti, a really good free throw shooter, knocks down the first. That's her first point. She came into this game averaging 11.7.
Yeah, they definitely need Lauren to get on track to get back into this game going into that fourth quarter.
Second free throw is also good. So Spirit now with a 7-point lead. And now Dennis Smith tells his kids to back it away and let's play for the last one. Here's Wilkes, goes back to Jones. 8 seconds to go in the period. Wilkes on the right side. Back to Jones. Jones to Wilkes. Driving into the lane. Scoop shot, no good. And the buzzer sounds. End of 3 quarters. Holy Spirit 30. Wildwood Catholic 23. Back with the fourth quarter after this 30-second timeout on 98.7 The Coast.
I thought I was wireless.
All right, we are back at Wildwood Catholic. Brian Kniff with Buddy Tarbotton. And Holy Spirit, after a 17-9 edge in the third quarter, leads Wildwood Catholic 30-23 as we go into the fourth. And in that other girls game in this same side of the bracket, ACIT is giving Ocean City all it can handle. They are tied 16-16 at the half. Wow. And that's what we talk about, Buddy, with these girls teams. There's some good girls teams in this Cape Atlantic League, but some of them really struggle to score on some nights. Here's McMullen, foul line area for Wildwood Catholic. Over to Jackson. Jackson to Herbert. Herbert, top of the lane, spinning against Holt, gets into the lane and is fouled. I think the foul's going to go on the helping Ziona Young, and if it does, that's her third.
And I'll tell you what, that was a really creative move by the sophomore, Herbert, as she got in just inside the foul line with some nice dribble crossover moves and able to draw that contact. And you're right, that foul on Ziona Young, Brian, the 5'11 sophomore, that's her third, team's third.
Herbert missed both, and the rebound goes off with Wildwood Catholic and out of bounds.
And in the fourth quarter of close high school basketball games, it's quite obvious free throw shooting is paramount.
Wilkes. Wow, Wilkes took a bump from McMullen, fell out of bounds with the ball, and the possession goes to Wildwood Catholic. And I think that was one where maybe a bump was let go down one end, they let it go down the other, and now the teams are even. Catholic with the ball, trailing by 7.5 to go in the fourth. Here's Herbert, takes it to the wing, shut off by Wilkes. To Moretti. Moretti couldn't pull the trigger on a three, goes to Jackson. Jackson to McMullen, top of the key. Fakes against Jones, goes to Jackson again. Jackson, just to the right of the key, drives, kicks to Moretti. Moretti for three, in and out. And here's Savannah Holt for Holy Spirit. Across the division line, she loses the handle. Jackson lost it right back to Holt. Here's Jones down the lane, kicks. Young, a 15-footer, off the glass and good. I don't know if she meant to do that, but it counts just the same.
Yeah, she's telling the coach, or actually the kids on the bench, yeah, I called glass.
McMullen, top of the key for Wildwood Catholic. They trail by 9, 6:40 to go in the basketball game. McMullen holds, and we have a foul on a reaching Jones.
Yeah, one of the few things Ayanna Jones has not done correctly here tonight, Brian. But that's just her second personal foul, third team foul. Jones, the 5'7" senior guard, is really having a nice game tonight.
Here's McMullen for Wildwood Catholic.
Showing why she is the leader of this team.
Hands off to Herbert. Brielle Herbert against Regina Lampkin. Herbert takes it to the wing. Holding against Lampkin. Her pass was tipped, but Jackson retrieves it. Jackson drives, passes across, and Jones does a good job. That's great defensive rotation, buddy. Young slid over, and then Jones came from the wing to pick up the vacated area. That's a well-coached basketball team, not only to get the secondary defender to help, but the third defender to slide over and help.
Well, the last two Wildwood Catholic passes, Brian, weren't.
McMullen for three, no good.
Were not very smart ones.
Here's Siani Red Howard for Holy Spirit. And she'll back it away, and now it's Jones left side. Holy Spirit can take a double-digit lead on this possession. Here's Young in the high post. Stolen away by Moretti. Dug in from behind and picked her pocket. Got it back to Jackson. Jackson to Herbert. Herbert down the lane. Made the shot, but they're going to say she was fouled up top.
And that is the correct call. That's a tough call because obviously to the Wildwood Catholic faithful, you're taking an opportunity for a three-point play. You're taking two off the board, but it's not the NBA, and it's not continuation.
Here's Jackson down the lane. Shot. No good, but a foul. Jumper from the foul line. Wilkes reached in and knocked her to the deck. Jackson will go to the line for two shots, and that ball went halfway down and popped out. And if you've never been in Wildwood Catholic's gym, let's just say they have the strangest rims on a basketball court. They are very forgiving to the point that balls that on other rims would normally fall in will sometimes spin out. That was the case right there.
And the officials are getting together because Coach Dennis Smith was questioning who that personal foul was on, because if that would have stayed on Ziana Young, that would have been her fourth, and he wanted it called against Ariana Wilkes, which is now her fourth, and Young will go back to three.
Jackson makes both free throws. So it's back to a 7-point lead for Holy Spirit. 32-25, 5:35 to go in the game. Crusaders showing a run and jump. Here's Jones, passes in the post to Young. Young got it in the foul. Well, the Catholic fans wanted to walk. And now Jones can make it a double-digit lead for Holy Spirit.
And that's going to be Brielle Herbert's fourth personal foul. And as Brian said, Young will now go to the line for the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Free throw's no good. Rebound, Red Howard. Got it to Lampkin. Her layup is good. And it's an 11-point lead for Holy Spirit. 36-25, 5:22 to go fourth quarter. Timeout Wildwood Catholic. Holy Spirit by 11. Back after this 30-second timeout on 98.7 The Coast. .5:18 to go fourth quarter. Holy Spirit 36, Wildwood Catholic 25. Cape Atlantic League Girls Playoff quarterfinal. The winner plays Ocean City or ACIT. That game was tied at the half at 16. Cape Atlantic League basketball on the coast, brought to you by Russo's Market in North Wildwood. They are a proud sponsor of Wildwood Catholic High School. Russo's will be open for the 2017 season Memorial Day weekend. Buddy Tarbot will be the first guy in line. Get fit and healthy at Cape May Fitness and Dance. Their 15,000 square foot fitness center has a class for everyone. Cape May Fitness in North Cape May will help you achieve your goals. Rick's Seafood, Spruce Avenue in North Wildwood. They're a proud sponsor of Wildwood Catholic High School and would like to wish the basketball teams the best of luck. Go Crusaders.
See, that's going to be my menu. I'll go to Russo's for the big hoagie, then I'll go to Cape May Fitness to work it off. Then Rick's Seafood, I'll go for something healthy to eat.
McMullen in the corner, driving into the paint, jump hook short, rebound brought down by Jones. Jones for Holy Spirit, passes back door, Red Howard's layup is good. Holy Spirit has opened up a 13-point lead here. Herbert into the lane, off the glass and good. Much needed basket for Wildwood Catholic.
The Wildwood Catholic's got to get some stops. They trail now 38-27, 4:40 to play.
Wilkes in the post, the Young, jump hook, no good. Wilkes follows it up and lays it in. Boy, has she been a big player off the bench with 8 points. Moretti for three, nearly banked it in. Wilkes the rebound for Holy Spirit. Wilkes lobs it ahead to Red Howard. She traveled. Fumbled the basketball as she caught it, and then shuffled her feet as she tried to gather herself. And Siani Red Howard, the freshman, actually walked over the official, patted him on the shoulder, and said, "Good call." How many times do you see that?
Well, that's good, and she's a 5'8" freshman, like you said.
Oh, here's a steal, and it is a steal as Jones tipped it, and it goes off of McMullen's hands and out of bounds.
But I'll tell you, Ayanna Jones just continues to do all the little things for this Holy Spirit team.
Here's Jones in the backcourt. Now comes up across the division line. Wildwood Catholic has now gone to man-to-man defense. Jones driving, kicks to Red Howard. Red Howard in the lane, floater, off the rim, no good. Rebound to Moretti. Last couple of possessions for Spirit, they've kind of gotten away with it, but they need to slow the game down up 13. Here's Herbert driving. Oh, what a move. Went right around Zayana Young and laid it in. Herbert with 9 points. And Holy Spirit's leads down to 11. Red Howard for three. Bang! Timeout. Holy Spirit. Red Howard has 11 points all in the second half. 43-29. Spirit on top. 3:38 to go in the fourth. Back after this 30-second timeout on 98.7 The Coast. (43-29), Holy Spirit over Wildwood Catholic. 3:38 to go in the fourth quarter. CAL Girls Playoff quarterfinal. High school basketball on the coast brought to you by Sam's Pizza, celebrating their 60th season in business, located at 26th in the Boardwalk. Open weekends. Good luck, Wildwood Catholic, from world-famous Sam's Pizza. And this game brought to you by Wildwood Catholic High School. They are currently accepting students for the 2017-18 school year. Call for a shadow day today, 522-7257. And, of course, they are proud of their Crusader playoff teams each and every year. Wildwood Catholic trailing by 14. They need to move in a hurry with less than 3.5 to go. Gomez for three and got the roll. That cuts it to 11 at 43-32. Here's Red Howard, doubled, got it to Wilkes. Wilkes down the lane, shot up, rattles in and out. Young the rebound, that's blocked. And Catholic with the ball. Here comes Herbert, fakes. McMullen for three. That's short. Well, that would have been a big shot. Here's Moretti, that's no good. Young the rebound, and Jones, the senior, will try to settle the game down for Holy Spirit. 2:50 to go. Jones had it tipped away by Connolly. Moretti up to Connolly. Connolly to the basket, no good. Rebound brought down by Wilkes. Wilkes will dribble it up herself, and she's fouled by Moretti. And Wildwood Catholic still has a couple of fouls to give.
And Erin Connolly, you know, she created that play, the 5'2" sophomore, with her defense. Then went to the basket, used her left hand, just couldn't get the shot to fall.
They lob it up to Jones. Jones in the backcourt, double, dribbles around it, passes across, oh, that's a turnover. It was tipped by McMullen, and then tipped again by Young, and Holy Spirit just needs to settle down. A double-digit lead. Wildwood Catholic is a couple of shots away from making this interesting. Still 2.5 to play. They trail by 11. McMullen, a deep three. Bang! Timeout, Wildwood Catholic. That is her first basket and her first point since the first quarter. 43-35, 2:22 to go in the fourth. Back after this 30-second timeout on 98.7 The Coast. .222 to go in the fourth quarter. Holy Spirit led by as much as 15. Wildwood Catholic has cut it to 14. Wildwood Catholic has cut it to 8 at 43-35. And Holy Spirit will have the ball out of this timeout.
And Brian, we got to remind our listeners that this is not the end of high school basketball tonight when this game is over. At 7:30, we have boys action right here at Wildwood Catholic as Ocean City and Wildwood Catholic will play each
Spirit
other.
nearly threw it away. Lampkin really went up high to get it. Here's Jones across the division line. Got it to Red Howard. Red Howard back to Jones.
Wildwood Catholic's defense needed to recognize that the ball was picked up with no dribble.
And Jones is fouled by Connolly.
And Erin Connolly will pick up her first, just the fifth team foul. Brian had mentioned that about a minute ago, just over the 3-minute mark. Wildwood Catholic needs to foul quickly to get Holy
What a great pass from Wilkes to Young, and her layup is good.
Well, they don't need to do that. Good execution.
Moretti on the wing, back to McMullen. McMullen thought about a three, now it's Herbert. Herbert, cross-court pass. Gomez for three, in and out. Rebound to Lampkin, and she is fouled. That'll be a 16th foul on Wildwood Catholic. 1:45 to go, Spirit by 10.
And that's the 6th rebound, Brian, for Regina Lampkin, the 5'10" junior.
Wilkes gets it in. Connolly tips it out of bounds. Well, Connolly did a great job there on Jones. Nearly forced a turnover. Wilkes looking, having trouble, finally got it to Jones. Jones doubled and is fouled by Connolly, and Jones will walk down and shoot 1 and 1.
Well, Erin Connolly doing a good job right there defensively, Brian. I mean, she was legitimately trying to create a turnover and go for a steal, and she was moving her feet, but she did have to foul. So she didn't waste a lot of time.
Holy Spirit's going to have to make free throws here. Here's Jones to the line for a 1 and 1. No good. Rebound taken by Moretti. Wildwood Catholic's out of timeouts, by the way. Here's Herbert, top of the key. Goes to Moretti. Moretti, a three. Bang! Her first field goal. And it's a 7-point game. Lampkin passes across to Wilkes, across to Red Howard. Lamp is getting the foul.
And again, a great job. Absolutely great job by the Lady Spartans. Not dribbling through this full court pressure from Wildwood Catholic, but looking up and passing ahead.
And that's the 5th foul on Brielle Herbert, so she has been disqualified from the game. Siani Red Howard, the freshman, has all 13 of her points here in the second half. And she'll go to the line for the second time in the game. She missed 2 free throws in the first half. And Ashley Jackson checks in for Wildwood Catholic. Here's Red Howard. Free throw's no good, and the ball never hit the rim. So it's a violation, and Wildwood Catholic will have it.
47-38, 1:21 to play. The Lady Spartans on top.
McMullen on the right wing. They call a blocking foul on Jones. And McMullen will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
And again, Ayanna Jones was doing a good job defending Caitlin McMullen, moving her feet. It almost looked like it could have been a block. That's one of them 50-50 calls, where no matter which way it goes, someone's not going to be happy.
McMullen makes the first. This is her first trip to the line. 47-39, Holy Spirit on top, 1:13 to go in the fourth. Second free throw by McMullen, that one's good.
And we got a final.
7-point game, here's a steal, Moretti's layup, got it! 5-point game now with a minute to go. Here's Siani Red Howard, she's fouled by Gomez. But Red Howard is 0 for 3 at the line in this game so far, and she'll go down and shoot a 1-and-1.
The Mainland boys have knocked off, Holy Spirit, Brian, so they will advance.
That's the third time Mainland's beaten Holy Spirit. All of those games were close.
And that score was 48-42.
Red Howard misses. Rebound McMullen with a minute to go. Crusaders down 5. In the corner, tipped away by Lampkin. McMullen was looking for Jackson. And she was open to pull the trigger on a 3.
56.7 seconds left.
McMullen for 3. Bang! From downtown. Here's Jones. It's a 2-point game. Jones across the timeline. Oh, she's fouled. It's an intentional foul. That is an intentional foul called against Ashley Jackson. That's a good call by the official. She pushed her with 2 hands in the back. And Jones goes gingerly to the free throw line, and she'll get 2 shots. Wow. McMullen's 3 made it a 47-45 game.
And obviously how tight the sidelines here in this gym. She literally landed into the bleacher and into a couple of kneecaps.
Jones's free throw is good. That is the first made free throw for Holy Spirit tonight. They had missed their first 6. 48-45, 45 seconds to go. Second free throw is no good, but Holy Spirit will have possession in front of their bench, leading by 3.
And there is plenty of time. And as Brian had pointed out, Wildwood Catholic is out of timeouts.
Wilkes to inbound. Got it into Jones. He dribbled it off her foot and out of bounds. And Wildwood Catholic can tie this game with a 3-pointer. 44 seconds to go.
And Lauren Moretti will inbound the ball, the senior for the Lady Crusaders.
Got it to Jackson, back to Moretti, center of the floor. Brings it up the wing. Goes to McMullen. McMullen, a deep 3. Bang! She shot that from her father's lap. We are tied at 48. Jones 2 shots. Jones will go to the line for 2. We're tied at 48 with 26 seconds to go. We had the benefit of replay, buddy, and that did look like a good call by the official, looking at Matt Ulmer's video.
And I'll tell you, watching Jones dribble the ball down the floor,
second free throw is good. Spirit by 2 with 26 seconds to go. And the Spartans will call timeout. We'll keep it right here. 50-48, they lead. But Wildwood Catholic has come back from a 14-point deficit. They momentarily tied the game, and now it's Spirit by 2 with 26.9 to go.
And I'll tell you, Brian, I don't know how Jones maintained possession of that basketball as she was dribbling it the length of the floor. She was having a hard time, but she was able, when she got inside the three-point area, down Holy Spirit's end, to get under control. And as you said, she got her body under control, and she went up strong. And Mary Gomez was just a tad late. A great effort by Gomez, because she at least made Jones earn those.
Let's go back to McMullen's 3 that momentarily tied the game. And that was about a 30-foot shot. And she shot it with confidence, and it hit nothing but net.
Well, she was
McMullen has hit 3 threes and made 2 free throws here in the fourth quarter.
She was standing on the Wildwood Catholic lettering in the floor. And when I say she was in her father and her mother's lap, who sit in the front row, she wasn't too far off.
Moretti triggered the inbound for the Crusaders. They trailed by 2. Got it to McMullen. McMullen races up the right wing. Shut off, but fires a 3. That's an air ball. Gomez saves it inbounds. Red Howard comes up with it for Holy Spirit. Lobs it ahead to Young. Young lost it. It's batted away. And it looks like it's going to go to Wildwood Catholic. 10.8 seconds to go.
Plenty of time. But again, Wildwood Catholic with no timeouts.
Moretti to inbound. No one's guarding Moretti, the inbounder, and she's the player you kind of have to watch, maybe tracking back behind the play, a la Archie Diacono to Jenkins. Here's McMullen. Oh, she lost the handle. McMullen's not happy. She's claiming that a Holy Spirit player tipped it, but the Spartans will have it. With 7.5 to go, leading by 2.
And that's a tough break, obviously.
Here's Wilkes to inbound.
Holy
Wilkes
Spirit.
looking. Got it into Jones. Jones in the corner, and she is fouled. And Jones will go to the line for 2 shots. Free throw is good. And this is the big one with 6.4 to go. If she makes this, it's going to be really difficult for Wildwood Catholic. Dennis Smith calls a timeout with 6.4 seconds to go. We'll keep it here. And, you know, buddy, this may be one of those timeouts where he's telling his kids, if we miss this free throw, we'll allow Wildwood Catholic to dribble it to half court, and then we foul and send them to the line rather than with a chance to get off a game-tying three-pointer. But we'll see.
Well, with the Wildwood Catholic's ability to have multiple long-range shooters and McMullen being able to shoot from really downtown, I mean, that would not be a bad strategy. But again, if Ariana Jones, if she knocks this down, that's all a moot point. And the senior guard has had a very good game here tonight.
Second free throw by Jones after the timeout. It's good. 52-48, 6.4 to go. McMullen rushing across half court, fires the three, no good, rebound to Wilkes, and that'll do it. And Holy Spirit, after allowing Wildwood Catholic to come back and tie after a 14-point lead, they pull away and win it 52-48, and they advance in the Cape Atlantic League tournament. And they will play the winner of Ocean City and ACIT. Ocean City was leading 30-23 at the end of three quarters. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the postgame report right after this on 98.7 The Coast.